So today I'm breaking down the lights that I found yesterday, and these are actually all brass. So I broke down another one of these and I ended up with that of 7 pounds solid brass. That's clean. I don't know, maybe about 80-90 cents a pound. It's about $1.20 on the market, so I'm not sure what I'm going to get. That's a good $5 to $7 depending on what they're paying. And then the rest of it was aluminum and stainless steel. So the prisms that were in there are the light panels, which are pretty cool. I don't know what to do with them. I'll probably just trash them, but they slide right out. And it didn't really take too much to take this thing apart. Even all of the hardware was brass. So worked out really well. It's just a good solid $10-12 there, and very little effort to do it. I'm not sure about the other ones that I picked up. I think they're just going to be aluminum, which is fine, but that's pretty much what I'm doing today. I watched a video on taking apart the compressor, and I think I'm going to use an angle grinder and take the top off and maybe remove the copper. That ended up being over 55 pounds. It was weighing between 55 and 60 when I put it on my small scale here that goes up to 70 pounds, but at least 55 pounds in that thing. So whatever I don't take out for copper, I can just throw into shred. All of that's aluminum. I got clean radiators there, and I've got all this breakage I need to go through for tomorrow because I want to take in as much as I can. I'm not going to get to the AC unit, but the HVAC unit, which I was just going to throw into shred. You can see all the copper hanging out here. So what I just do is take a Sawzall, cut all these nubs off on each side, and then the ones that have solder on them, those go into dirty copper, and then the ones that do not are the ones I decide to cut the solder off of. That's clean copper. But then I've got a clean radiator because I'll take off this steel plate once I do that, and then you end up with a clean radiator like this. So this is all aluminum with copper tubing running through it. You get a decent price for that, much better than if I were to keep the steel on. So I also did it on this one. So that's just aluminum on the end there. But stuff to just break it down and get better pricing. I think this is either, I think that's stainless. That's stainless. I got to turn that in as well. And as you can see, I've got all this wire. I haven't decided if I'm going to strip wire or not. I've been at least taking apart the Romex and getting the THNN out of that. I think that's what's inside. I think that's what it's called. And then doing a lot more sorting. So this is going to be a beast to do. I'm not going to get to that, as I mentioned. And then this, I don't think I'm even going to get to that before tomorrow. I've got way too much. And collecting all your little pieces of steel really adds up. This is the result of the fans that I picked up, as well as other steel and screws and other plates, and it's just small stuff that I just don't want to throw into the back of the truck and then have to pick out at the yard. So I put it in baskets like this so I can just dump it. And that one there is probably 40 pounds. That's another 30 pounds. And then I've got another one somewhere that's at least 40 pounds. This stuff adds up pretty good. Usually I take the lights out of this. I just haven't got around to it yet. But yeah, so that's a good 20 to 25 pounds of data wire, and that should get me at least 70 something cents a pound. But yeah, I've got a lot of sorting to do yet because I want to get rid of as much of this as I can. This was the top of the HVAC system, so I think what I'm going to do is load up the truck tonight because it's supposed to rain all night and into tomorrow morning, and I don't want to do it in the rain, and I don't want to have to handle all this stuff while it's wet. So it's going to go back in the truck, put away as much as I can in there, and then tomorrow see what kind of haul I can get. All right, so for that scrap run, which was quite a while ago today, I'll explain why, but back at home, and I had 980 pounds on that load. I was expecting between 8 and 900, so 980 is great. I even checked the scales, making sure that they were being kept honest, and they were right on the nose. They didn't even take any weight off from what I saw on the actual scale numbers for even the rain, the fact that it was raining all night and today, and there was probably some extra weight in there because of that, but they were right on the nose, so I'm happy about that. Good way in, way out, and ended up with a $56 payout for 0.575 cents a pound. So not bad at all. And then I had all the breakage that I took in with me. So this yellow brass for 22 pounds, that was mostly the weight of those lights that I found the other night. 2 of them were all brass, and the other 2 I thought were aluminum, but half of it was brass when I put it on the grinder. So that ended up getting me $33 at $1.50 a pound. So not too bad there. Number 2 copper, I took in some dirty copper, and that ended up being 8 pounds at $2.46 a pound. So $19.68 on that. And I've got even more of that in clean copper, so I better get that in quick while the prices are good. Number 2 insulated wire. This was all my Cat 5 wire, another data cable that I threw in there. And I got 46 pounds for that at 70 cents a pound. That was actually down 5 cents from just the other day when I took in my, or maybe just over a week ago. So I don't think it's changed that much. So I was kind of surprised to see that. But anyway, 32.20 there. And then I had some stainless in a bucket and some other longer pieces, 20 pounds at 38 cents a pound, and $7.60 for that. I had clean aluminum radiators that I got out of HVAC units, 3 of them, and that came to 18 pounds at $1.12 for 2016. And then last, I had some old sheet. That also includes all the extrusion that I had, and it was all clean, so 36 pounds of that at 31 cents and 11.16. So altogether, 123.80. Add that to the 56, and you've got almost $180 there, so not too bad at all. They give me a ticket to get cash out of an ATM for the shred, and then this, they actually give me a check that I need to deposit. So all in all, not bad at all. Can't complain about $180 for doing something that I enjoy doing. So after that, I actually got a call from the appliance person that I mentioned the other week, and he said that he had some units for me to pick up, but I think he got me confused with somebody else. He was offering me some part-time work, and I told him I really wasn't all that interested in doing that, but if he was in a pinch and he needed some help, I didn't really have anything to do this afternoon, I'd help him out, and he would pay me for it. So I went over to his shop. He told me all about what he does. Anyway, I went with him in his truck and trailer, and we went to a huge appliance place that takes appliances from like Lowe's and Home Depot after they've sold new ones, and these are all the ones that they get in return. And we loaded up 8 washers and dryers and brought them back to his place, and I unloaded them for him and put them where they needed to be. And in return, he gave me $40 for what was mostly just sitting in his truck, driving to the spot, and then doing maybe about an hour's worth of actual work. And then on top of that, I drove away with 4 washing machine units, full washing machine units. So it's still got the guts and everything. So that's what I've got in the back of my pickup right now. And so I'm going to make another scrap run to another scrap yard tomorrow and drop those off. That'll be another easy 500 pounds, I'm guessing. And I told him if he's in a pinch, definitely reach out to me. If I'm not doing anything, I'd help him out and don't mind earning a little bit of extra money. He was a nice guy, so why not? I think, he's looking for something more steady, but I'm not looking for steady work. And the idea of knowing that every Tuesday at 9, I've got to be somewhere to work right now is not something that I'm looking for. I do the scrapping because it's fun, and I don't want to not do it because it's turning into work. And as you saw, I just got a couple $100 doing my own thing and being my own boss, and I'm just not ready to have a stable, even part-time job, to be honest. So I make money in other ways that I'm in control. But like I said, I don't mind earning a few bucks doing some labor work here and there. I mean, it's outside, it's around heavy appliances, get some exercise, help the guy out. Don't mind doing that at all. Just don't want steady work that is not under my own control. Pretty happy with the day altogether, and if I throw in the $40 that he gave me and probably the $30 to $40 I'll make tomorrow, it was, a good $250 day, easy. So not too bad for just kind of piddling around. So here are the 4 washers that I'm taking. I've already taken the motors out of 3 of them. All right, so I'm here to dump off my 4 washers. So I'm gonna back up here and just toss it over there. So $38 for that load. It was 560 pounds minus the motors that I took out of 3 of them. And I didn't add anything from home for that load because I wanted to find out what 4 washers would get me. And they were all older models. 2 of them were significantly older than the other 2, but older models nonetheless. So they had some weight to them, and that was the result. So 560 pounds, definitely worth picking up 4 at a time. Obviously, if I've got a dryer or 2 in there, it's going to be less, but not too bad for the minimum amount of work I got to do to load up 4 units on this truck. All that shred moving out.